It's kind of an interesting path because when I finally did get the full healing from this thing, and that came when I got into religious life, and the Lord uses me to bring healing to others. You know, when I first heard God calling me to be a priest, my first reaction was, why would you ask me to do that?
Where were you when you heard this?
Well, the first time somebody said, I think you're a vocation to be a priest, I was in Medjugorje. I'd just done my 22-year confession with a priest. And he absolved me, and I felt amazing. And then he says, I think you have a vocation to be a priest. And I was like, what? Did you not just listen to that confession? Clearly, I'm not called to be a priest. You know, it was a wild days at Wall Street. And he's like, no, all things are possible with God. But I was just like, no, the priest is a little bit Looney Tunes. Like, I came back to New York City, I had to get my life in order because, you know, the conversion's one thing, but now you have to implement it. And part of that was I had to get rid of the bad influences in my life. I had a lot of bad friends who were not good influences, you know, big with the cocaine, big with the partying. I had to go. And I joined the Wall Street Young Catholics Association to make new friends with guys that were trying to live virtuous lives. Big 180, just by putting the right people around you. It just,
Wow.
They lift you up.
So hold on. So how crazy did it get on Wall Street with you?
The life is crazy. I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to scandalize the faithful. But, you know, you're living in the biggest city in the world with everything available and you're making a ton of money, you can fill in the blanks. And then I started working for a public relations firm where I was working with both New York corporations, big ones, Citicorp, Chase, Pfizer, but also the celebrity route. So Jennifer Lopez was a client, Tommy Hilfiger, Rolling Stone magazine's photographer, Mark Seliger, and he was introducing me to people like Brad Pitt and Jerry Seinfeld at his parties. And there's just, you know, there's no end to the craziness that goes on in a lot of these circles, okay? I'm not saying any of these people were doing that, but the lifestyle is there if you want it. Yeah, I had to make big decisions on reading all that stuff out and just working towards a virtuous life, which would bring forth the peace that I was really looking for. It's just peace. A peace where I just felt good about my life and I wasn't always anxious or angry or just full of all these negative emotions.